Hello and welcome back to the first episode of Added Time News. And I've done this because there's been a breakthrough in the Havertz story today, and I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you. You know, as a Chelsea fan, I thought I'd come in here and make a quick video just detailing what has happened and moved on with this transfer saga that seems to be going on forever. So, the first bit of news that came out today was from Fabrizio Romano, famous for his "Here we go" saying and breaking lots of big stories. He came out with a tweet saying, Kai Havertz to Chelsea, one step away, and then, here we go. Total agreement to be reached in the coming hours with Bayer Leverkusen. Last bid is going to be accepted, which was €80 million plus €20 million add-ons as a final fee. Last details and paperwork just to be ironed out. I think, first of all, most Chelsea fans sort of saw this coming. It's been a widely talked about transfer. It seems it's been dragging on for months, and I think it's just, for many Chelsea fans, the relief of it finally coming together and adding to what has already been an incredible window for Chelsea fans and Chelsea. Not so both of them together. Got to be pleased. I think they've got one last position they'd like to iron out, maybe goalkeeper, but I don't know what the financial position is going to be for that position. But overall, first of all, with this news early this morning, it's very promising just to finally get this big transfer over the line and beat clubs like Real Madrid, Bayern that were interested. I think it was just perfect that we've had the money at this time and we've managed to beat out the competition. So I think very exciting for every Chelsea fan. Christian Falk followed up from Fabrizio Romano's tweets with a tweet of himself saying our story for today, which he wrote for Sportbild, one of the biggest publications in Germany. He stated the figures for the upcoming agreement between Chelsea FC and Bayer Leverkusen for Kai Havertz are such: €80 million upfront transfer fee, plus €10 million for regular participation at a Champions League level, plus €10 million for titles in Champions League, Premier League, and FA Cup, which is something Chelsea will be looking to achieve in the future. And I think that's a very fair price. I think it works out to £90 million overall now, but that's with add-ons included, whereas Bayer Leverkusen wanted £100 million up front to start this transfer saga. So I think Marina's done another job and another really good job in the transfer window. She's already made steals like Ziyech, which I think is an incredible price at 36 million. Werner, 40 million. You know, Liverpool are interested. We somehow beat them away. And even with Havertz, you know, Bayern were interested. I think we've just got very fortunate that the transfer ban has actually helped Chelsea here, where they've now got room and the money to spend on players where other clubs have been hit very hard financially by the coronavirus, where it's actually in a way helped us in the transfer market because we've got money when others don't. So I think that's what's pulled this deal off, and it is very promising signing for Chelsea. I just wanted to briefly look at what Havertz can actually bring to Chelsea this season. So as you can see in the graphic I've pulled up here, you can see that he can start all over the pitch. He's made 81 appearances through the middle, but he's also made 28 from the right. And this sort of versatility next season, with a lot of games every 3 days, is going to be super, super important for Chelsea. You know, they're going to have a lot of depth. Will he take Mason Mount's position in the team? Or because he can also play striker, he can play attacking midfielder, right wing, as I say. And look at these stats on the graphic. He's still scored 26 goals. He's probably got a better mins per goal ratio, which he does, of 163.7 mins per goal, playing from the right. So with Ziyech being the sort of right winger that's not really, he can play centrally and he can also play a bit deeper and further forward. I think that's why Chelsea wanted Havertz. Sorry for the stutter. That's why they wanted him, because he is so versatile. He can literally anywhere across the front line. He can even drop into the 8 further back in the midfield, and I think that's what makes him so special, and I think that's why Chelsea really wanted him. Lastly, I just wanted to give my tactical thoughts on how Havertz might perform next season. Havertz will likely operate in the right central midfield role in a midfield three that incorporates 2 8s and a 6, which Lampard has recently utilised. It's highly likely Havertz will play in the role Ross Barkley has recently been playing in alongside Mason Mount and N'Golo Kante. Havertz has many strengths to his game. However, when operating in an advanced position, Havertz boasts an incredible football IQ with great movement in between the lines. Havertz often finds himself in great positions to shoot or make incisive passes, something which Chelsea have definitely been lacking this season in them tight games against the low block. Havertz is also a midfielder that scores goals, which I think that's perfect for him coming under Lampard. He scored 19 goals this past season, and I think that's an elite number for a midfielder. From a creative standpoint, Havertz is a phenomenal passer of the ball. He averaged 46.2 passes per game with an 85.3% success rate. Additionally, he averaged 1.9 key passes per game. Havertz managed 8 assists in total for the season. Impressive figures. It is indeed. It'll be something he's definitely looking to improve on next season and definitely continue with Lampard, and I don't see how it could get worse. It can only get better. So it's definitely very exciting for Chelsea. And people are worried about him taking over. Like, what happens to Mount, who is coming off a brilliant debut season for Chelsea? Their answer is the two hold the potential to coexist perfectly and in fact make each other better due to their styles of play and skill sets. Havertz operating as an 8 alongside Mount will be a very promising combination for Chelsea, with both players boasting great movement between the lines and goal scoring ability. They would form a very difficult partnership for defenders to come up against. And I think that is right because they both have an eye for goal. And Mount's actually been famous, which I think is very underlooked, for his press, his counter press is just incredible this year. And I think that's definitely going to be an asset going forward with Havertz. So, guys, that wraps it up for this Havertz transfer special. I cannot wait to see him in the Premier League next season, as I think every Premier League fan can, not only Chelsea fan. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out the most recent podcasts. See you in a bit.